Good morning, Cedars Church family. Coming at you again today with another word of encouragement to start your day. Earlier today, my wife and son and I, we built ourselves a garden, a simple little garden box, and we just decided that during this time that we're in seclusion, first we can just do something to occupy our time, but then after that, uh, it's a way to grow a little extra food and do something a little over and above while we're all trying to conserve and bring in what we can. But it got me thinking about gardens in the Bible. In Song of Solomon, there is reference to a garden that it's in essence it's a garden of love. It is referred to the garden is referred to metaphorically as romantic love. It's a place of growth, a place of life, and so there's life in the romance that is being detailed in the Song of Solomon. Uh, but then there's the original garden. There's the Garden of Eden, and it was a place of perfection. And then there was a tree where Adam plucked and ate the fruit, and he wasn't supposed to, and it brought sin and death into the world. And Adam then understood what death truly was because now Adam would die. And this sin caused a ripple effect that would affect the entire universe. And it wasn't just a spiritual sin, spiritual death. It was a physical death, and not just on mankind, but on life itself and on the world itself. And that's why we deal with and struggle with even the virus today. It's something that tears down life. Because of sin, there is death. And it is something that affects anything and everything that we look at and deal with. But there's another garden. It's a garden that was in an olive grove. It's the Garden of Gethsemane. And it's there that Jesus submitted himself to the Father. After the Last Supper, they traveled up to the Garden of Gethsemane and he prayed all night long and ultimately submitted himself, saying, Lord, not my will, but your will be done. It's even been said that Jesus didn't die on the cross, but he died in the garden because that's where he submitted himself. He resolved himself that he was going to die. So there is that garden, and it was the signification that Jesus would die, and he would die to pay the price for sin. But there's another garden, and it was a garden where there was a tomb. It was owned by a man named Joseph of Arimathea. And it was in his own tomb that he laid the body of Jesus. It says it's a garden tomb. And there in that garden, that stone was blown off of the front, and Jesus rose from the grave. He defeated death completely. And ultimately, his raising signifies that death is defeated and death will be done away with, and he gives us eternal life. And while we struggle with the fear of death, while we struggle with the difficulty of life in a fallen world, we can have hope and continue to have hope that Jesus died and rose from the grave to give us eternal life. And that is the hope that we can rely on. It's a hope that we can trust in and know that he has done all that can be done. God came down from heaven, came to this earth, and paid the price for sin, and then did away with death. And if that doesn't give you hope, I'm not sure what else does. Take that one with you today. God bless you. Have yourselves a great day. And remember, you are loved.